And now, another episode of Careers in Anthropology.
Great. So my name is Wendy Blanton. I'm currently working for a FinTech startup / scale up in London. I lead a partnerships team here that covers the UK, the US, and then also part of Europe as well. So when I was growing up, I thought I was going to be an English teacher. It felt like a pretty classic career path based on what I could see around me and what felt familiar and what felt possible, actually. I didn't know what an anthropologist was. And that obviously changed pretty quickly once I got to UM-Dearborn. In my first term, I was introduced to anthropology through what became my favorite professors, the way they looked at the world, the questions they asked, most specifically how they unpacked culture and behavior. So what turned from being an English teacher into a much broader curiosity about people and systems, power, behavior, like how the world worked, it just felt like there was just so much that I could do. My career didn't follow a straight line, and it was very much what I like to call a squiggly career path. I ended up doing a master's in economic development at the School of Oriental and African Studies, thinking I might move into something more policy focused. I spent 2 years living back in Michigan near my family, setting up a business that was in the UK that wanted to expand into the US. And we set up offices. We had clients like LinkedIn and Microsoft. So I was able to then go to San Francisco and to Washington and Chicago, setting up offices there. So I had a lot of fun doing that. On the surface, that has nothing to do with anthropology, but in reality, and I really believe this is true, it has everything to do with it. Because what I quickly realized in all of the businesses that I was working in, they don't fail because of bad ideas. They fail because they don't understand people and culture. They don't understand how customers behave, not what they say, but what they do. And they also don't understand the cultures inside of their own organizations. So things get distorted between teams, from product to sales to marketing. And that's where I think anthropology shows up, every day in my work. So in anthropology, as you know, you're trained to look beyond the surface, to notice contradictions, to sit with ambiguity and ask yourself what's really going on here. And that's exactly how I'm doing my job now. It's just in a different setting. A company might say to me, our strategy is clear, but you talk to 5 different teams, you hear 5 different versions of that strategy, and that's not a strategy problem, that's a communication problem and a culture problem. Or a company might say that customers don't understand our product. When you dig deeper, it's not the customer that's the issue, it's the company describing a product that makes sense to them and not to how it actually reflects what people need or the decisions they make. So that's a meaning problem. In anthropology, these are incredibly powerful moments. You're capturing moments where these communications are lost or changed. And because I have the tools to decode behavior from that degree, I don't just measure it. I'm able to kind of spend time and understand it. And then as part of my role, I optimize that. I ask the question to both sides of the partnership, how are we solving this real human problem? Not in theory, not in a deck, but in reality. And that's a very anthropological question. So I quite often sit there thinking, or maybe you're thinking the same, what am I going to do with this anthropology degree? And I think that the answer is that probably there's a lot more than you think.